We ready?
And we're live. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Good
hello,
evening.
hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, we have a room full.
Hello there.
The chat's already.
It's flying.
Hello, Thanksgiving Eve-ish.
What? Wait a minute. You had me scared there for a second. We have 4 days.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
Eve.
It's the eve of Thanksgiving.
It's the eve of Eve.
Is that enough eves?
Welcome everybody to the Monday Night Live Coin Q&A. Thank you everybody for coming. To all of you who've been here before, welcome back. To new people, this is Monday Night Live Coin Q&A. I'm Paula Bloom. I'm hosting tonight. And welcome. So what we do is we're just all a bunch of coin enthusiasts, coin collectors, errand variety collectors. We collect all kinds of different things. We each do our own thing, love what we love. And we come on once a week and answer your questions and look at your emails and look at your coins and try to help you out. Yeah. So I'm going to go around the room and let everybody introduce themselves. And I guess I will go from, let's do Amanda first. Hi, Amanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda. My channel name is Coin and Card Hobbyist. I really like foreign coins and Washington quarters, and I'm very excited to be here tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda. And there's Shay.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Shay Hoffmaster, also known as Mantic Coins. I do have a YouTube channel. I search half dollars and quarters for varieties and Lincoln cents. And my favorite coin is a 2-cent piece. I've been doing this since late 2016, early 2017. And it's absolutely a joy to be here with all of you guys. And hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Awesome. Who's that guy? Sean.
They call me Pilgrim Sean from Plymouth Rock. Happy almost Thanksgiving to everyone. Thanks for, you said a lot of you are probably off work this week. Maybe, I don't know. I'm Sean with Blue Ridge. Pleasure seeing you guys again. Kind of your resident all-purpose coin guy and also currency. I do a little bit of everything. Right now I'm in the middle of working on a typeset. And I love going through bags and bags and bags of pennies for some great stuff. So anyways, thanks for coming by. Here's a little turkey and dressing for you.
Yeah.
Butter up the biscuits.
Jeff Stanley.
Oh, I'm next. Okay. Hey, my name is Jeff Stanley, and my channel is Jeff Stanley Coins and Octane. Because I like coins, I like cars, I like a lot of stuff. But talk about coins, my specialty are nickels, but I certainly get into a lot of other stuff. Indian head cents are kind of my next area that I've been spending a lot of time in and having a lot of success in. I'm really enjoying that series. And but I collect everything: world coins. Varieties of all types. I love half dollars, quarters, modern quarters, old quarters. You name it, I collect it.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Frank.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Coin Dragon. Real name's Frank. I have a channel here too, Coin Dragon. Gee, that's kind of obvious, isn't it? But anyway, I have way too many hobbies. I love Lincoln cents, varieties and errors. Lately been dabbling in the woodies. Got a dance code going to those. It's come along pretty good. I've been doing this on and off for about quarter century or so. And, well, obviously it's Monday, so we're here, and that's a good thing. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Frank. Wake up.
Oh, almost caught me doing something bad. Oh, I was looking at this diamond. Hey, everybody. Chris here. I'm the goofball of the bunch, but don't let that fool you because I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm not quite sure. I am a lover of all things coin-related, coins and currency. My big thing is varieties. I love double dies and RPMs and all those sorts of things, and of course errors. Who doesn't like a good error, right? So I just look forward to checking out what you guys sent us this week, and look forward to answering your questions.
Thanks, Chris. We have 3 people missing tonight. Jeffrey Schumer coin chat. Jeffrey Schumer. Blues Coins, he's in chat tonight. Say hi to Blues. And of course, our dear departed Professor Petey, who made this all possible and started this whole circus that we have all come to know and love. So we've got Amber Pinnell in the chat. She will help you out. Cindy, Ida. We got all kinds of great people in there. We'll be throwing up links. We all have our own channels, some bigger than others. Sure. So all of our links are down in the description. So please just go check us out. Yeah. So are we ready to get started tonight? Is there something that you wanted to talk about, Mr. Stanley?
Oh, you're going to go ahead and put me on the spot. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, we have a packed show tonight, you guys. So if you're going to send in emails and want them looked at tonight, we cannot guarantee that they will be looked at tonight because we have a packed schedule. So yeah.
No pressure, Jeff.
No
All
pressure.
right, no problem. No, I wanted to present something just really quick. I'm in the, of course, I collect Jefferson nickels, and I'm in the Jefferson nickel Facebook group. And the moderator, Derek Hansen, sent in some pictures for me to present to kind of introduce you guys to something. This is kind of technically, these are not coins; these are metals. It's exonumia, if you will. And what these are certified by SCGS, and what they are is these are special strikes of the original designs that were submitted to the U.S. Mint for the proposed new nickel design in 1938 that was going to replace the Buffalo nickel. And this is one of them right here. And you can see they are numbered here up at the top, and they've got a mintage, they say, of 1938, 1938, and they were in silver. So they've got, and these are actually commissioned by the Full Step Nickel Club, and there were 2 designs that free designs that they made. This is one of them. I'm just going to flip through some of these. This is the original reverse design. And you see it's got the Art Deco lettering and kind of a corner view of the Monticello with this goofy looking tree right here that looks like a palm tree. Other than that, I kind of like this design better, to be honest with you. Here's one of the other ones. But these were commissioned and struck by a guy strikes coins or metals named Ron Landis. And evidently there was a big deal about minting these out, and they were supposed to do a certain amount, and it actually wound up falling short. Derek had gotten some information directly from Ron, about the minting of these. And you can, by the way, you can find these on eBay from time to time. That mintage right there is incorrect. He says it's actually a lot shorter than that. Fewer than that, rather. This is just some of the material that came with it. And these are some of the designs that those come in. This is one of the proposed designs over here on the far right. This one, of course, did not win the contest there. The one in the middle is the one that won. And then the U.S. Mint decided they kind of wanted the forward view of the Monticello. And that's the one that won out. That's the design that we wound up with basically today, except for the new changed obverse design. Here's that reverse design there. With the representation of, yeah, I don't know. That was kind of cartoonish looking. This was some more of the stuff that Derek had sent in, where they were talking about the. These are actually framed, and these are difficult to find. These are actually framed proof, supposed to have been the first strikes that came off of the mint presses for the Jefferson nickel in 1938. They got framed and signed by the designer, Felix Schlegg. And these are difficult to come by. If you happen to run across one of these sitting in a pawn shop or a Goodwill or something for cheap, snap it up. These are expensive, and those are proof nickels right there. These are just a couple of the pictures that he sent in. But at any rate, I thought it'd be a neat thing to to show y'all. It's something beyond just your normal go out and put together a set of Jefferson nickels. This is kind of beyond. This is kind of adds some depth to, if you're a Jefferson nickel collector. I know not everybody likes them. Some people just downright hate them, but these are kind of special to us, those of us who specialize in the series. And SCGS is for some reason, was the one that was asked to do the certification of these and encapsulate them. And they're highly regarded. They were very expensive. They're tough to find on eBay for a reasonable price. They've gone from, I've seen them go as low as $150 for individuals to $750,000 a set. Now, Ron Landis was actually in conversation with Derek, and he's actually thinking about doing a short run of these for some parties that are interested. So I don't have any information on that, but I hope that comes to fruition. I'd like to get some of the new restrikes.
What? Shumar is in chat. Shumar's in chat.
Shumar's in chat?
We lost Amanda.
Mr. Shumar, yes.
I don't know what happened.
So that's just it. Just something to show y'all that's a little different. Something to look out for.
Yeah, those are cool. So are those different than patterned coins?
There's Amanda.
These were restruck. These right here were restruck for the Full Step Nickel Club in 2002.
Okay.
So I'm thinking the originals would have been considered patterns, and these are replicas of those.
Restrikes, right? Yeah.
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one we actually ended up with is kind of a combination of the obverse of the winning design and very similar to the reverse of the losing design. So they kind of put them together.
I like the winning design reverse because it reminds me of the $2 bill of the Red Seal $2 bills that you see, where you've got that, instead of the Independence Hall picture, you've got that corner view of Monticello. I always thought that was a neat representation of it on the back of that bill.
Jeff, Seamus is asking who struck them and with what dyes.
Ron Landis, and he had actually, and it's kind of an interesting story. And some of the, I've been privy to some of the conversation he had with Derek. He was asked to make these, and he said, "Okay, do we have any of the original patterns or anything like that I can go off of, or do you have any of the original sculptures that I can go off of so I can make these and make them correctly?" And they came back, no, we don't have any of those. So he kind of did it by, I don't know if he did an impression of one of the patterns or what he did, but he went through a heck of a lot of work only to find out later on they had the clay sculptures of the original all that time, and he wound up putting a lot of extra work into something that could have taken him a little bit less time. There's a little bit of intrigue with that relationship with the Full Step Nickel Club and Ron. Ron evidently he's a good guy. He's very open about what went on with that, and unfortunately the Full Step Nickel Club never didn't survive. Is no longer around, but you can still find a lot of their written material.
I can tell you this because I have the third fugly design that you have there, the cartoony one.
I know you do.
Yeah. So just to
I like it.
Yeah, you like it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool in its own right, I guess. The original design for that was by a Dutch designer. His name was Karel Hegda, and he was one of the altogether there was 390 submissions for the design of the new Jefferson nickel. He was one of them. So what ended up happening throughout the years, Stax Bowers sold the original plasters in 1994, and the company in London actually ended up picking it up. They're called Coincraft, and they were the ones that reproduced that coin that you see there. They made those coins, and they made 1,998 pieces. And they're sterling silver, and they made them to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the design of the coin. So that was, 1998.
Very cool.
And that's why they came up with that wacko vintage figure, is because of the 60th anniversary. That's what I can tell you about that.
38.98.
Oh, there's a better picture up there.
Good info.
Yeah, it's not a U.S. Mint issue. The U.S. Mint design department at one point held the master plasters on that, and I kind of think the reverse design that Hegda had done on there was more or less kind of a beacon of what was to come for the the 1938 first year nickel that we know it as today.
The one we know and love.
Yeah. Good old Full Steps, man. Does it have it or not? One of
Another
my favorite questions to ask.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize these things are numbered down here. That's a low number or something like that. Yeah, that's you. If you see those, snatch them up.
Nice. That's good to know. Well, that's
Sup,
interesting
redneck?
stuff. What's wrong?
I said, sup, redneck?
Redneck.
Reds out there.
Out of all the ways there is to live your life.
Oh, Amber had a question.
So,
for Jeff.
Amber had a question for you. Curious if he also designed the commemorative with Lincoln on it with the similar art style.
Yeah, if it was the same person, maybe.
That's a good question.
I'm sure that information is readily available.
It does look similar. That's a good question.
Yeah, they both look like the bad guy in Shrek there from a profile view.
Yeah, I kind of like that Abraham Lincoln one too. No, the commemorative. So, yeah, whatever. I wanted to touch on a couple things, if that's okay with you guys, before we start pulling up the emails.
Yep.
Kind of along the lines of the emails. So I wanted to let everybody know that one of the ways when you send us in an email and we send you a reply, sometimes you'll so if you send in an email that's either to a specific person or that person is replying to you with an opinion, you will get a reply with that person's, that panel member's name on it. So like signed Sean, love Blue Ridge Silverhound, with affection. But but sometimes you will get your email signed the Q&A panel. And the reason for that is because typically there's more than one of us that looks at everybody's email that they send in. So I don't want people to think that is impersonal because it's signed that way. Every single one of your emails that you send to us are looked at, evaluated, researched. Unless they're damaged, then typically we can just reply with, it's damaged. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that we weren't signing that way, that your emails that way. It's not like a canned reply. Every single reply is hand typed. There's no canned answers. They're all individualized. So yeah, so I just wanted to clear that up with everybody. Thanks for letting me rant.
Well, it's a little awkward when you start typing every single person's name that looked at the email all together. It's like,
yeah.
Coin Q&A.
Yeah, and we're the panel. So
we try to handle it a little bit the way like the grading companies do. They do consensus grading. There's, when you send a coin in to get graded to PCGS or NGC, 2, 3, maybe even more people may look at that coin and give an opinion on that coin. And then it comes back the opinion of NGC, PCGS.
Yeah.
That's right, Wanda. You get all the love.
Yeah,
who loves you more? Yeah. The Coin Q&A panel does.
So I just wanted to clear that up. I didn't want anybody to think that any of our responses were just canned, cut and paste answers or cut and paste signatures or anything like that. They are all, we read them and we, some of us search and peck when we reply and some of us actually type. But you get a one-on-one answer, a 9-on-1, 8-on-1 answer. Anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say. We love you guys. We just don't want you.
And back to the chat. Let's see.
And back to the chat.
Hey, Redneck had a question, and to answer his question, I think there are a few of us who dabble a little bit in Canadian coins. So
a little bit in their pennies, yeah, because I see them so much.
He's only asking that because he lives in Canada. He doesn't collect the Canadian coins. He collects U.S. coins. He's just being a pest.
Yeah, he's not too far.
I do a little. I love Canadian coins.
I got a pile of Canadians in front of me right now. Hear that stainless steel, baby.
Stainless steel.
So anyway, Shay, are you ready? Amanda, right? You guys, Jeff, you ready? Start looking at emails?
Yeah.
Okay. Did we lose Shay?
So
He's probably muted since we went live. Shay,
Shay's probably eating ice cream.
I'm here. Amanda, do you have some motive?
Ice cream.
are you okay?
I'm fine.
What happened?
Do you want a hug?
I need a hug.
And a cookie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
All right, hang on.
Everyone quiet.
Let me put her up.
Hey, this one's from CJ Nick. That's a new name. 1970D large nickel obverse die crack. I recently opened an original BU roll of 1970D Jefferson nickels. There were several of these obverse die cracks in the roll at the bottom of the bust. The reverse of these are hideous. Jeff, have you ever seen this particular one before? I checked Cuds on Coins and I did not see this one. What do you think?
Hideous.
Hideous. Well, you know what? You're going to see a lot of deterioration on nickels. That's for sure.
Oh man, the 80s just caca.
That's not a bad looking obverse though.
The luster's good.
Yeah, I see the crack on the shoulder. That's a nice one.
Oh,
Yeah. That's almost, I'd like to get in a little bit closer on
Yeah,
that.
is there any
Yeah.
replacement?
So now we got two different possibilities, right? It could be a pre-cud or a retained cud.
Mm-hmm.
Is there displacement?
So, what I would like to know is there an actual CUD listing for that on CUDs on Coins that matches that?
look that up.
Yeah. Go in a little bit closer to it. And if Jeff's going to look that up and see if he can find a match on CUDs on Coins where that
Ooh, that's
actually
nice.
where that actually became a cut. You can see the movement at the bottom left there.
Yeah, I see it.
Mhm. Yeah, there's displacement there.
Yeah, that is a common place where you usually see them at the top of the head or down here at the bottom of the bust. And I have
It's 5 or 6.
as many nickels as I've looked through. I have never once found a cud.
How did you capture that
So when
tone?
we're talking about
Nice.
the movement or the displacement, if you look on the bottom left, at the left of that, the crack there, you can see where it doesn't line up.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say it doesn't line up? It's kind of mismatched there.
Think about like a fault line,
Yeah.
like the San Andreas Fault, and you have two plates moving, and that's kind of what's going on here. Now, the tricky part about this is what people sometimes forget. It's not always left to right movement. It's also up and down.
Yep.
And I almost think I see that as well. I see some. It looks like that retained cud. That's what I'm going to call it because that's what I believe it is. It actually looks like it may have the coin is actually raised a little bit higher in that area, which means that piece of the die is kind of sunk in a little bit and probably just about ready to fall out. So
Yeah.
The middle of the bust where the crack
That's
meets.
why I think that there may be if
that's why
sure.
Paul is asking about the cud because that has to be right there at the end.
That's a D, right? Yes.
70D. Yes.
All right. I'm still looking. I don't see a direct match for that thing. I see a couple that are kind of close.
The crack is raised as sun a couple different angles. Yeah. Really cool pictures.
Maybe 05.
You want to share it?
Let me see if I can put that over and bring that up in a hurry.
Oh, hello. You don't want to do that. What am I doing?
Ooh, good one.
Easel.
That one is about as close as I can get.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not a match.
It's up. Right.
So it's always possible that they took this die out of service before it got to that point. Either that or it has just not been recorded. Nobody's sent it in yet.
Very, very slim possibility it hasn't been found yet.
Yeah.
And he's got 5 or 6 of them, he said.
Well, I mean, the cud, if it actually developed into a cud, we may never know. But just think, I'm sure there's quite a few 70D bankrolls still out there that have never been opened. There might even be a few bags, mint-sealed bags. So this is something to keep an eye out for, folks. I think this is a really cool, variety here.
There's a
And if you did not see this one listed on Cuts on Coins, I would encourage you to submit it to them.
Yeah. And the good thing is you're good at taking pictures because he's going to be real picky with that. But yeah, I would get it in there. That's a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's two challenges. There's finding it, and then there's getting the pictures right.
Yeah. Yeah, on the left-hand side of the page, if you haven't noticed, on the left-hand side of the page, if you scroll down at the like table of contents, there's a place there where it shows the instructions on how to submit. So I would definitely, I mean, if it was mine, it for sure would be there. Well, maybe not, because I don't send things to him anymore.
Yeah, so CJ said that the crack is raised. Yes, a die crack will always be raised on the coin because the crack isn't on the coin. The crack is actually on the die that struck the coin. So the pressure from the strike will actually push the metal up into the void where the crack is, so it'll appear raised on the coin.
I'm going to post the link for the 1970 CUDs on that webpage. And they are... there's a lot of them. There's evidently they had some problems in the Denver Mint in 1970 on the nickel presses.
They were still recovering from the 60s.
Yeah, nickels have been an issue since they've been around.
You want to see dot variation? Look at a roll of nickels. I guarantee you're going to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. That's an awesome one. Thanks for sending that in.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice
and
find.
I would also, you said you have several of these. You can also check the die progressions on them. So check to see if one's a little bit bigger, one's a little bit smaller.
That's what I was thinking too.
Maybe one hasn't turned into a retained cud yet and is still hasn't reached its like terminal state, I guess, or whatever. And
it was way more.
Yeah, when you start, if you see a whole bunch like that and all in one roll or whatever, you know you hit pay dirt.
Yeah.
On a fresh roll.
You can't get much more original than that.
Yeah.
And also, when you submit this, I would suggest writing to a message to JC, right? And telling him that you have several of these. He may be interested in seeing all of them. Just a suggestion.
Tell him Chris said hi.
Tell him Chris sent you. Don't tell him Chris sent you.
It's a bad thing, man.
Chris and Paula said hi.
Don't even mention our names. You won't get in there.
Yeah, keep Chris's name out of it. They'll turn you away.
Yeah.
Hey.
They'll block you. They'll ban you. Automatic reject.
I hope not.
We're on. I think we're on there. I think he has a list like that, Cindy. I'm pretty sure I'm on it. Anyway, all right, awesome. Thanks, CJ. That was very cool. And let me bring Amanda back up here.
And proof positive, there's always new stuff to be found out there. Don't think everything's been accounted for.
Yeah. I gotta mute myself.
Variety missed 1944 double die obverse, double die reverse. The reverse of this 1944 has multiple raised spots that I think are stems from the wheat stalks. Please help me figure this out. And the front has a possible double die obverse.
That could be that pointy, non-pointy one.
Yeah, well, 44 has that master die doubling.
Yeah. I see one dink and two dinks. Interesting. Not so much. Okay.
A little bit of deterioration above the end.
Oh, Ida's yelling at you, Paula. I think she snuck out. And again, I see nothing. Oh,
Nice
hello.
looking coin.
Nope.
Some damage there.
A little bit of well-placed damage, I think. Yeah, that's just something that hit it really fast. However, yeah, look at the inside of the numerals too.
Yeah, what you're seeing on those fours, that's normal for that year anyway.
Miniature Wolverine just went to town on that reverse.
Were there any pictures of the eye?
Yeah.
That's really common on this year.
Oh yeah, all kinds of islands.
But I think everything else looks normal.
Yep, I think you called it there too there, Amber. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I don't see
Agreed.
any pictures that show
No
the eye.
photo covers. But,
Well, usually the question is about that on the 4, and
yeah,
that's
very common.
Yep. If I grab a handful of 1944s, most likely you will find a lot of them.
That's a nice crisp die stage though, or state. I mean,
Yeah.
but good eye for spotting it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it all starts. You start looking at stuff like that, and next thing you know, boom, you're finding double die.
That's odd.
I tell you, the whole Lincoln series is full of stuff like this, and you're exactly right, Chris. Is that once you start realizing that something's different, that's training your eyes to be able to do what it is we all want to do, and that's find some real valuable double dies and RPM.
Now I look for errors everywhere, like manhole covers and signs.
Hey, has anyone looked to see if this has a doubled eyelid? Because I know 44 has a few of those.
There's no full coin offers,
Oh, there is.
so we can't really tell.
Drats.
But yeah, he's right. There are a ton of double eyelids.
Yeah. For 44, 44 is a.
That's my old man's birth year.
You know, there's a reason, like we all kind of know that this is master die doubling, and the reason is because we once asked this same question. Well, that looks different. I didn't see a 4 like that before, and then we researched it, and the thing is, over time, you retain all of these little things, and next thing you know, there's 1,000 different facts in your head that you can spit off at any given moment. Every year has something to learn, something to offer.
Well, it's interesting because I like stuff like this, especially when the little shady cats that want to shave off the first 4 there to make a 1914D.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I'm eating my dinner. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey, Paula, did you see Ida's message about the caps and shirts?
I don't think she did.
What did she said? We
She
didn't
was
have
asking
any?
if there were any more in your inventory.
Yes.
Yep, you
There's
just have to
plenty.
go to the website and
Absolutely.
check out the sizes available, and it'll show you what's
Mhm.
available. Anything that's up on the website will mean it's available. If there's not a size that you are, then that means it's
Yeah.
not available. So, all right, let me read this one from Edward Jacobs, 1929 S Mercury dime. Hi, panel. I don't have much experience identifying varieties on Mercury dimes. I use John Wexler's site for some help, but I am still unsure if this is one of the DDOs. Dime markers in the front of the eye and mouth, I think, are there. Slight separation on In God We Trust, I believe, is also there. Your panel's comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you for all your comments on my coins last week. Absolutely, Edward.
Oh, thank you.
That's what we're here for, and thank you for participating.
So 29S.
Mercury. The eye there?
Well, there's only one listed double die on Variety Vista, and that's showing mainly in the date.
Yeah, and there's a huge clash on the in front of the eye.
Oh yeah, yeah,
nose
big
area.
deep clash, especially easily seen above the forehead.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this coin has grime in all the right spaces.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's cool, Amanda.
I wanted to say something real quick about Edward, though. I've seen him a couple times talking very, very nicely about the Q&A, and we really appreciate it, Edward. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, let us know if you're interested in doing some PR.
Right? It's just nice to hear. I
Yeah,
appreciate
it
it.
is.
We all
For
do.
sure. We don't always
So
get
can
this.
we look at the mint mark position? We have a picture of the mint mark.
Just a second.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you heard me or not, Amanda. Oh, different mint mark position. So it is not the DDO listed on Variety Vista. And unfortunately, in this condition, I'm not sure you could ever really find much unless it would be a major DDO.
Yeah, look, that nine's already in the rim.
Mm-hmm. She gone.
Devoured by the rim.
yeah, Mercs are a series that I need to spend a lot more time in.
I mean, it's cool your jets, but she was muted. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking, but just deet. Yeah, seamless. Close, but no cigar. Somebody.
Hey, Chris. That was a good point about that mint mark position, Christopher.
All right, we got one here from Perry M regarding a Jefferson nickel. Here's a nickel that I got in pocket change from a store a year ago. As you hold this nickel in your hand, you can see the Monticello behind Jefferson's head. Thank you, team. Interesting.
I love a good.
Very, very interesting.
But
Oh, look at that.
Well, what do you know?
very interesting.
Looks like struck through cap die, right? That's a good one. That's an
Yeah.
earlier stage where the die cap is still kind of thick.
Is it uniface? That's
Well, not quite uniface because you can still kind of make out the design.
no, I mean the coin itself. If it's like heads and heads, that'd be cool. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I'll shut up now.
No, you're fine.
That's why you're here, Frank.
Frank, you can talk whatever you
Wow,
want.
that's perfect. So it's tails and tails and heads. Oh, that would be a good one to flip.
I'll start an argument.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like your classic struck through a capped die.
Yep.
This is just a little bit of an earlier stage of that process where the die cap is still pretty thick. It hasn't been totally obliterated, so it's blocking most of the design from being struck through onto the coin. Almost in the brockage area, you can kind of make out the shape of Monticello as well. But that's a cool one. Was that found in circulation?
Frank called it two-faced. You're two-faced.
Sorry, sirens.
Yeah, I mean, you can make out the base of that thing, of the Monticello there. I mean, the more I look at it,
Dexter, you're welcome. Thank you, Dexter. Yeah, struck through cap die. Do we have a link? Let me see if I can pull up a link.
My internet keeps going in and out. So if you see me like pause, that's what's going on.
Well,
So
at least you're not
frustrating.
playing peekaboo with us.
No, you know, this town I'm living in now has the worst internet possible, and it's really frustrating.
I have awesome internet, but I've got two boys that are playing games right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw up a link to struck through cap die error ref. This is actually a late stage, so it's gonna have a little bit different appearance. You're gonna see a little bit more detail on the coin that it shows in the pictures, but it's because of the reasons that Christopher explained.
If you click on that link, and scroll down, I believe they actually show like 3 different stages of that.
I think they have just mid and late stage though. I don't think they have any early stage photos. I don't believe. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked at that one. But. Yeah, it's a very cool error. It's one of my favorites. I love those. Brockages and.
I thought I found one of those a while ago, but it was just a dryer coin.
What are we like? What are we waiting for here? I'm waiting.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready yet.
Well, I'll read this one a while. From T. Collects, 1941 D Jefferson nickel with possible double die and MD. Hey team, I purchased this coin at a shop. It was titled FS, but I felt it wasn't. I purchased it for a little for the MD and possible double die. Is the mint mark MD or DD? As for the motto, it looks like heavy MD to me. I'm going to be honest, I really like MD and think it is pretty interesting and beautiful at times. Why is MD not considered an error? Do you ever see it being considered an error? On the pics, I tried to change the lighting to catch the steps as clear as possible. Full steps? I ask because I have seen some nickels that got the full step designation, but seem to look the same as these steps. Thank you so much for your help and feedback. T Clicks, I think there is definitely some machine doubling out there that is really cool looking. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it considered an error? No. And the reason why is it's actually damage that occurs during the strike. Parts of the die are loose and worn out, and it allows old timers called it die chatter or machine doubling damage. And it actually just, you got to remember how fast this stuff is moving, and it gets in there, the die may bounce a little bit, something moves around, and it actually shifts the design. There's another term they used to use, die shift.
Nice shift, yeah.
So
Add that on a slab.
yeah, it's technically, damaging the surface of the coin as it's being struck. So no, it's not an error. And definitely not full steps either. You got a big blob in the middle.
Yeah.
Where there's
There's
no
a field
detail.
effect there.
Jeff, this is right up your alley, buddy.
Yeah, we're talking about the steps. So I'll, we repeat this a lot of times, but it's worth repeating for new folks because a lot of people get really confused by the full step designation on Jefferson nickels. First, the way you count steps, and this is taught to me actually by Bill Fivas himself. So that's the way I feel it's always worth repeating. Any of that man's wisdom, I'm going to repeat. The way you count steps is you count not the step, you count the channel in between the steps. So what you need is a complete channel from left to right, uninterrupted by marks, wear, anything like that. You can have a mark, but that mark cannot reach the depth of that channel and interrupt that channel. So you start with your channels, and let's say you've got four complete channels. You add one, that's your step count, 5 steps. So NGC has a designation of 5 steps and 6 steps. With 6 steps would probably be the full step designation on PCGS. So knowing the difference between 5 and 6 is important. Knowing that which ones are scarce is important. But at any rate, that one right there looks to have some marks that may interrupt the steps, and certainly that wear down has, I believe that's probably going to give it a 4-step designation, probably at best. Was there a mention of a RPM too? Okay, there's the, I remember looking at this one.
MD, baby.
It's, what tells me this is MD is if I were to overlay that pluribus right there from a coin that does not have the machine doubling, the size of the lettering would be the same. So what happens with the machine doubling there is it consumes, when that chatter strike or stutter strike, I've heard several names for it, hits that coin again, it's going to, or as it's sliding out, it's going to take away from the device and reduce the size of it, and giving it that shelf-like appearance and giving it the impression that it's doubled. When in fact all it did was just consume the original engraving of what that device is supposed to be. See a little bit on even on the Monticello.
It's the die having a little hiccup as it strikes.
Yep. Do we have a mint mark picture? There was a.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't have one that's close up of the mint mark, just this one.
Okay. An MD will happen. That looks like, it looks like a little bit more. I'm just going to do, I've got Wexler's pulled up. I'm just going to do a quick look through.
Very interesting. Yes.
Well, if I look at the bottom of the A, up inside, I kind of see the same thing going on there. Also, look at the top right of Monticello. You also see MD there.
Yeah.
So I use those context clues, I like to call them. And that tells me when you have it on the main devices as well as the mint mark in these earlier years, it's almost always going to be MD.
Yeah. There is one that looks similar, but it's not it because it doesn't have the complete look of that RPM. It's Wexler 005, 1941D 005, but it doesn't have that piece of the tail. So that's I'm sure that's machine doubling there. We would have something coming off the.
On that one, Jeff.
I'm sorry.
What's the position on that one on Wexler's?
Good question.
Sorry, I'm crunching a taco shell. I'm on the.
Yeah, it looks a little off as well. I don't.
It's dinner time always for me. Sean must eat before we can live. Yeah.
Not all the time. Sometimes I have a late dinner.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Yeah, I know.
I get hangry.
I eat dinner, then I eat snacks, then I eat dinner again, and then more snacks.
I know.
Second breakfast.
So, MD.
Yes.
MD.
11sies.
From Hiram Pyro.
Woohoo!
Showing off my new shirt and keychain that I received the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Is there a picture?
Yeah. Kick ass soon.
There it is.
All right. Sporting it well.
Yep. He looks like he's getting ready to lay into some pennies too.
I'll tell you right now, I'm a little jealous. Look at those. They look like older rappers, maybe.
Yeah, customer wrappers, that's for sure.
Is that a Dino Light scope I see?
I think you're right.
Looking good, looking good. I will tell you, he was one of the lucky few that received a keychain with his order. They were very limited. Hint, hint, Ida. Ida.
Oh, wow, I can see myself on TV. Yay.
Wow, look at that. I'm just an icon.
Thanks for the shout out, Hiram.
Yeah.
Voice guy in the post.
You wear it well, my friend.
We do have keychains, yeah.
We did. We had a few. I sent like 4.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, did you see that? No wedding ring, ladies.
That's right, Wonder Woman.
Now Seamus is trying to pimp you out.
Right.
And,
They like our logo because they think it looks like a superhero logo.
Sindelicious, I'm ignoring your comment. Sorry.
Oh, well, let me read it out loud. Chris,
No.
where's my beef jerky?
They don't make beef jerky in Pennsylvania right now due to COVID.
Oh, my.
It's all deer.
That's traumatic.
Cindy, I've never gotten beef jerky from either. I got an old Cheez-Its box.
Yeah, I drew a picture for you on that cheese.
I know you did. I still have it.
I bet you do, you weirdo.
I know. I
What
treasure
else do
it.
you have? How about those little cards I sent you?
I have those.
With the witch. What?
From like Vegas or whatever. From there. Yep.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Cool major tendencies.
moving right along.
What is a diamond? I'll get this one. From Steve Price regarding one happy guy. I submitted the 2012 P dime with the rim cut, feeder fingers, and boogar on nose. You showed it on November 9th, 2020. Oh, let's figure it out. JC Stevens accepted the coin, and now it is listed. There's one excited guy here. Yes. Way to go, man. Thank you so much for all the advice you have given me to make this happen. As a newbie to coin collecting, I am in a wow state of mind.
That is
And
cool.
enjoy it, man, and you'll have more. If you
Oh,
all think
that's
it's worth
so
it,
cool.
share this on the next live show and tell the watchers how this is possible. Again, thanks to each one of you for your input and guidance. And it is listed on Coins as CU-10cent-2012P-03R.
Okay, fantastic. There you go, CJ
Well,
Nick.
Steve, this is for you, buddy.
Yay! That's so exciting.
You know, I'd like to talk about this just for a quick second. You know,
we
all of
find
us
it?
are involved in Facebook groups as well, and every once in a while you get those people that say that the experts, and I'm not calling myself an expert, but this is out of these people's mouths.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he froze.
Maybe locking the up.
I know what he's going to say. Come back, Chris. Come back, Chris.
Big brother was watching. He was about ready to, you know,
Oh,
talk
I
smack.
know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
He's going to say that a lot of times we get, when we give replies to people that their coin's damaged or it's not what they think it is, that we get answers back like, oh, you guys just don't want us newbies finding good stuff, or you're just telling us that because you want to keep it all for yourself. Is that right? Is that your
boy, I'll
message,
tell you
Chris?
You know, the timing couldn't have been any better.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Rant over. Did you guys get all that?
No, but I finished it for you. No, go ahead.
Oh, that was
Say
some
what
good
you're gonna say.
ventriloquism there, Chris.
You know, I don't have much more hair to turn gray, and it's going quick, I'll tell you.
I feel your pain, brother.
Basically, what I was trying to say before I got so rudely cut off by my modem, we do this. We are happy when you guys find something, and this, Steve, I'm glad you sent that into us to show that this is what can happen. You know, we love helping you guys. We love teaching you guys, and we all started somewhere. We all started. You know, I was lucky enough to meet a lot of really good people on Facebook groups, and they taught me a lot, and I was lucky enough to retain that knowledge. You know, I remember Paula when she first came on the scene, and I remember Jeff when he first came on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we all started somewhere, and look where we are now. So this is, you guys are all heading in the right direction, and right there it is. So you guys are all heading in the right. Anyway, narcissist. Anyway,
That's cute.
you know, you just keep learning, and every little bit of knowledge just keeps adding up and adding up. Next thing you know, you're going to be called one of the experts on the groups, telling people that this stuff is not what they think it is. But
Oh, man.
oh
Don't
my
do it.
God,
Don't
Amber,
do it.
yes, I
Don't do it.
remember you. Are you kidding me?
Eddie James has a good question. Would you rather give a direct answer or give them a reference to a website or book to find it for themselves? Well,
So,
we've been trying to do both, yeah. And the reason we give references is because our hope is that you go read those references and then you learn about that. And the next one that comes along, you can explain it to somebody, because that's what we're here for, is to teach more people about the hobby so you guys can teach more people about the hobby and we can grow the hobby, right?
And then to your friends.
You know, and here's the thing. I like to give references as well. And there's times I don't, when I'm like on the fly and I'm giving a quick answer, and I'm guilty of that. I shouldn't even do that. I shouldn't even answer, because then, you know, there's always a trouble. But when I have time and I'm actually sitting down and going through the groups and trying to answer people's questions, I will always provide a reference. And the reason for that is because I try to look at it from the perspective of the person asking the question. They don't know the answer. They don't know who I am. They don't know who Joe Schmo is, giving them the bad answer. So they're going to get 10 answers, and 2 of them are going to be correct, and 8 of them are going to be wrong. So they're going to believe the wrong answers over the right answers. So if you back it up with a good resource to prove what you're telling them is correct, then it's up to the person asking the question to weed out the good answers from the bad. and that's, I think, what separates us here on this panel from a lot of other people that never really got to progress. You got to take the information that you're getting, and you got to use your own head. I mean, Shay is losing it right now.
He was using his own head.
But
this is called a mullet.
Yeah, at least you don't have a skullet. You have to use the information that you're getting. It's just like going on Google. You can go on Google and search for something. You're going to get a million different answers. It's up to you to weed through that and use your own judgment to find the right answer. Right?
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but in my Google Chrome browser, I've got a coins folder. And under the coins folder, I've got every link to every possible internet site that there is. But you know what? That started empty one day. And I didn't know about a reference until I needed the reference. And then I couldn't find the reference until people like these guys shared them with me. And I went off, and now those are a permanent part. I still have links in there from 2016, 2017 when I just started out. And I go to those sites every week. I go to all of them all the time. And whenever I need it, I know that I just go right there and click. There it is.
Yep.
Right? So that's an invaluable source of information that you can always return to. And that's what we want you guys to know, is that the links we provide, they're there. Now, the question is, will they always be there? Because, unfortunately, we've seen the demise of a number of very highly regarded people, including our very own Ken Peavy, and you never know when those sites might just go away. So, just keep that in mind, but do as much research as you can now and take advantage of those sites while they're here.
Guys, it's up to us, all of us, not just us on the panel.
That's exactly right.
Let's all be Chris.
Go turn the antenna.
That was awesome.
Oh, I know. He's moving really fast.
Okay, did someone put the voodoo on Chris? What's going on?
Apparently, there's a hex on him.
Yeah.
Poor Chris. Oh my gosh.
I
Okay.
mean,
All right.
I can read this one. 19. Did we already do that?
Oh no! What happened?
God.
There.
1971D Lincoln Memorial Cent die clash. This die clash first caught my eye with the anomaly atop the 7 in the date. Then my eye wandered around the obverse while trying to determine if this was a doubling of the 7 or not. It became obvious that the 7 anomaly was the result of a die clash. The columns of the memorial building from the reverse can be seen above the date on the obverse, and part of the roof line can be seen to the west of the date along the bust. This clash appears to have been struck more than once, as well as appearing to be misaligned. Is there such a term as multiple die clash or multiple misaligned die clash? Could the anomaly atop the 7 be abrasion or die deterioration? Always appreciate your words of wisdom. Thank you, Seamus.
Words of wisdom, Lloyd. Words of
Yes. And
wisdom.
yes. to your
And yes,
question.
and yes, and yes.
There is such a thing.
Oh yes, the multiple events.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always fun to find,
And there could be tripled and quadrupled MD. I mean,
especially when you find the letters inside the memorial.
Ah, beautiful coin. Look at that.
Yeah, I can see the
Oh,
die.
I
I can see the die
These
clash.
two.
Yeah, I'm with Frank. I see at least 2.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The biggest
That is your multiple event strike or clash. Yes.
Those are really hard to photograph. You really almost have to tilt the coin and.
Yeah.
I know it's so very lightly off the surface of the coin.
And 1971 really is known for a couple of these on the right and the left.
Look at underneath the one.
Yeah,
Sorry, shit.
that's all right. Underneath the 1.
Yeah, the date underneath the 1 to the 9.
I always look right under the chin at the neck too. Those are that's like a big pickup point. It's almost always the last one that they don't get. They don't abrade away.
Yeah.
So you find
The
it
sweet
all.
spot.
Yeah.
And under the ear, you can see it under the ear sometimes.
Yeah, I always find C's going into Liberty from on the wheats, but on these, yeah.
You know who helped me find my very first flash on a Lincoln Cent ever?
Let's put that up so we can do that.
Yeah, look at that between the 9 and 7 too.
Is it a clack?
What were you saying, Jeff?
You helped me find my very first flash on a Lincoln Cent ever. I had submitted one for like a floating roof or something, and it just so happened it didn't really show up under the light I was looking at, but the iPhone, for some reason, when I took the pictures for the for Facebook, it showed up. It was kind of weird. I didn't even see it when I took the pictures, and you commented.
Very cool. Yeah, I'd love to see the reverse and see if there's anything in the bid.
I remember those. That's a really, really cool example of them too.
Yeah.
Nice and shiny. How's the bays on the reverse look? Or are there no like close-ups? Because that would be killer if there was some mirrored lettering in there. No, not quite as much.
No, I don't see
Yeah, usually you want to look to the right of the dot next to unum above the building, and then below above between the building and 1 cent, and all in the bays, of course.
Just a wee little. I can't even tell if that's just a dig there under the E in United. Yeah, I think that's just a dig.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
That's a worn die too.
Right there along the edge, the upper edge of the memorial, under the dot, and to the southeast of the dot, it looks to be a little bit of something. Yeah, down right along the edge.
Long ago polished
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could find pieces of the date right there. I found like tails of nines and stuff like that.
Yeah, up by the right, the top right,
Really rarely, but sometimes there.
right of the building.
And you
Yeah,
can't.
not much on the reverse, but that obverse sure is awesome. It seems.
Yeah, that average is crazy.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe counterclash too, but maybe not.
Yeah, I wonder if there's, I wonder if that, because it's super light, so it makes me wonder if, they had the equipment not adjusted properly, you know what I mean, to have a planchet in the center, in between them, because it is really a light clash. I mean, you can see it, but it's a light clash. Or if it had struck so many coins to the point to, when it got to his coin, that the clash is kind of
Obliterated.
Yeah.
Well, they could have changed the dies too. The reverse.
No, I'm talking about on the obverse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the clash on the obverse is real light. It's not a super deep.
Just a whisper
You
of
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm wondering if there's stronger examples.
I might have one that looks
Oh,
really
sure.
close to that.
Yeah,
too.
stronger example of it where it shows up like.
Well,
super-
I think you and I both have really strong left side examples of a Stephanie one, don't you?
I have an off center with a really super strong example.
Oh
I think
yeah,
I
that's
just
right.
found
That's
one.
right. Yours is off center too.
Yeah, and it's got the reverse clash also.
Oh, what the?
That's one of them that I really want to send into Annex. So
Very cool.
yeah, because I really wish I could match the clash up and be able to have that put on the label, and even find it, figure out which date by looking for that clash. But I can't find one. That Chris took the wind out of my sails when I thought I had it matched up.
There are triple ones too,
No.
and even more.
Mine is a multiple event, but
That's right, Sam. It's a multiple die clash obverse. That's fine.
NDC, yeah, essentially.
there's all kinds of
what we
different
use,
die
right?
classes. Mad Die Clashes, if you guys don't know about that site, that's a great site. Not only is it a great site to find die clashes and learn a little bit about the different types of die clashes, but they also have great overlays of the different denominations. So that's a great site.
Yeah, that's
Here,
the best part of it, right?
Even ye.
Is Chris still frozen?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Why?
You just said Frank.
I said Chris. I said, is Chris still frozen?
I'm
Frank?
eating.
What the Frank? Oh,
Fix it, sir.
from
From
Jessica.
Jessica Hughes.
Oh.
Oh.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I don't like to read. You do it.
From Jessica Hughes regarding Celtic coin. Hi there. I can't figure out what coin this is. I know it's Celtic and it weighs 6.53 grams. Can you please help? Thank you.
So we have all looked and looked and looked and looked for this thing to find any information on it. A couple of us have an opinion on it that something isn't right. It just does not look right to me.
I don't know if that's Celtic or not either.
Or Greek, who knows? I don't know. Boy, let me tell you, when you look up ancient Greek coins,
Does not look Celtic.
those people had something wrong with them, man.
Well,
There are some sexually explicit coins made by the
Freaky
Greeks back in
coin.
the day. I'm like, what? They did that back then?
It was a very perverted world back in the day.
Oh my gosh. So
Back in the day, it still is. I mean, Paula has a pool boy, for Christ's sake.
you stop telling everybody my secrets.
Stop promoting yourself. Dude.
And I don't even have a pool.
actually, the subject matter is that horse on the front is actually, I've seen that in just a little bit of research I did. I've seen some of the.
Yeah, I saw some similar. I think Amanda did too. We found some similar too. So
Interesting.
I put this in the queue. So thinking maybe our viewers could, it was crazy, Amber, could maybe see if they could do a little research and find out any information on this. I'm not sure it's even genuine. I kind of am questioning it just because it does not have the appearance of the ones that I researched.
Just think of that when you handle your ancients.
Yeah, that's, we actually talked about sending him pictures too. I actually would like the person who sent these in to send us a couple really, really close and clear photos, as clear as you can get them. But in the meantime, between now and next Monday, maybe if any of you guys want to take on a little challenge and see if you can find something about this, that would be amazing. Might be something fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cindy said the same thing that you guys brought up earlier about sending it to Lewis.
Viewer challenge.
I know Lewis does Greek and Roman. I'm not sure about the Celtic though.
I think he dabbles a little bit in all of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Seamus was asking if any of us used Coinoscope on it. I scanned it and nothing that looks like it came up.
Yeah.
There
I mean, I
are
even looked under
similar designs, but this one's really crude looking. The horse here is really crude. You know, it is common symbolism on Celtic coins, facing left and facing right. Usually there's people on it or stars or something around it. I couldn't find anything like this at all. And the obverse on this coin, I'm assuming is some sort of ruler, but I can't really even make it out. I mean, it looks okay to me, but it's tough.
Yeah.
Well, I did find something that is sort of alarming, and it mentions
Mike
Gallo
Wong said
Belgic.
it's a button from a costume.
It mentions Gallo Belgic, southern.
That makes more sense.
The staters, major tribes in southern Britain, but this is nowhere near. It is so far, but the elements are curious. And let me see if I can show you the picture that I'm talking about.
Can you put it under your scope, Shay, or no?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could. Let me do that. Just give me a second, and I'll have it.
Well, if you guys do find out any information on it, you can send people to watch this and see if they have any opinions. If you do, please forward it to us in our email.
And I just find it really curious, right, that this is...
Yeah, just give us 1 second, Tina, and we'll show the other side of the coin, too.
Yeah, some of those are cool blues.
Yeah, I made the mistake, Blues, of trying to look at the Greek ones. That was a big mistake.
You'll notice that there's a lot of similar elements. So, okay, I'm ready.
I got you.
Did you see many double divides, Paula?
Right.
So you see what I mean? You got the horse shape, the round circle at the bottom. I mean, this is completely different than that other one, but this is a more realistic stator. And it's gold too, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the closest thing that I could even find. That.
Yeah, I mean, I found some that were similar, especially the horse. But nothing exact and nothing with the other side of it. So
it almost appears concave/convex.
Yeah, it does, huh? But I think that may be the way they made them back then.
Yeah, I think that's kind of characteristic of some of the hand hammering.
Yeah, that's making me think hammer and anvil.
So is that like a flower up there at the top, or?
I think it's the Riddler sign.
Batman?
No, the Riddler.
The Riddler.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, it's seahorse and rose. It's a seahorse and a rose? Oh. Well, look, let's all stare at it for a long time and practice our pareidolia.
Yeah, yeah. I do see.
I see a rabbit playing the violin. Seamus is playing along.
That's no ordinary rabbit.
Oh my gosh, that came up.
But yeah, I would love for the people in the chat to like research that and get back to us.
Yeah, because it just kind of looks off.
Yeah, so if we could get a couple like really, really good pictures, we can send those to Lewis and see if he can find out anything.
There are a couple ancient coin groups I'm on Facebook, and those guys are like out of this world good.
Well, there you go.
I could probably post those if I have time. I can't make any promises.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see what our viewers come up with.
Yeah. I am too. I would love that. Yeah, so please, you guys, if you know anybody that studies those type of things or interested in it or anything like that, send them over and have them peek at this part of the Q&A and see what they can come up with and let us know in our email. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to sleep until we figure it out.
It's just evidence that we're still students, even though we teach a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
The learning never stops. Not until you're, you know what.
My turn to read. Brian Edwards, 1942 S Fiji sixpence. I just wanted to share this with y'all because it's pretty cool. The close-ups are kind of cruddy, but it could be a repunch date, probably just machine doubling though. Being that it's a San Francisco minted coin with George VI, that's enough for me on the coolness scale.
There you go.
That's it. Cool factor.
You had me at Fiji.
Always.
Turtle.
It's a turtle.
I love Fiji.
San Francisco. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, bushy.
You're looking at that little bit under the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what almost appears to be a notch, but I couldn't make a call without better pictures.
Yeah.
4 too.
I think it's
crosslet of the 4.
There's like a weird stain or lighting or something on that too, right in that area.
Booger.
A booger? Yeah, I think it's a
I think that might be just like a counting machine schmick or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like an abrasion of some type. Unless it's in a flip and it's, oh, well, looky there.
That answers that question.
Thank you, Amanda.
It certainly does have a cool factor, that's for sure.
For real.
But I would agree with Chris.
Probably aluminium.
See, 1942, Fiji was pretty close to the war in the South Pacific then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see some better pictures. When you guys do take pictures and send them to us, we always recommend that you spend the extra few cents and take them out of the flip to photograph them. They photograph much easier and much better when they're taken out of the plastic, and just replace the flip when you're done. Because really, unless we get clear photos, we're just guessing.
Yeah. And when you see little whoops like that, it could be on the flip, it could be on the coin.
Yeah.
It could make a determination, make or break,
Oh, nice, Cindy. I think I remember that when you did that.
Fiji Florin. Oh,
a new email. Haha, checking. Okay, Seamus, you're frightening me a little bit.
Oh, buddy.
And that was the last one I had loaded.
Awesome.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks very much.
Awesome job.
You rock, and I have bubble wrap. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
it would be going
Cricket fart. What Linda Wallace always said. Cricket fart. Sorry.
That's right.
We really are professional, you guys, believe it or not.
We love our Linda Wallace.
We do.
Nina. I get this one. From Element 47 regarding just something I found comical. Hey there, Q&A panel. So, my daughters gave me these plastic plain money coins a few months back, and they have been sitting on my desk as sort of a decoration. Well, the other night as I was searching coins, my oldest daughter decided she wanted to check the plastic coins under the scope. She actually found a DDR. I couldn't believe it. Here is a pic of the DDR she found and a second picture of a normal one, which you should always include for comparison. That's very good.
I'm not telling her that, Cindy. She'll yell at me. You tell her.
Is it in Q's doubling? I don't know, man.
Oh my God.
Pretty googly moogly.
See, we really are professionals here.
That's hysterical. Oh my gosh. So didn't we have somebody send us a picture of a road sign? Somebody posted in one of the Facebook groups or something a picture of a road sign that had been, it was doubled. They're like, I think I have a problem.
Oh, that's awesome.
From the scopes of babes. That's right. That's fantastic. Look, Dad.
Kids,
Everybody's going to go out and start
That's how it gets started.
taking their Monopoly money now and all their little plastic. Should I have this graded?
oh my goodness. Yeah, kids are surprised with how much they pick up and how quick.
That's awesome.
Here's what's even funnier about this. You ever see the picture of those plastic coins in a like a package at the store? They're more expensive than real coins are.
Mm-hmm. True. That's so awesome. Oh my goodness.
Seems.
Really stop something without getting going. You do have a problem, Seamus. Sorry. I'll tell you. Because I'm blunt.
But no coin site we can point to you for that.
All right, from Seamus, Omaha, 1959P, Lincoln Memorial Cent, lamination reverse. If there's time and interest, here are pics of another. Oh, okay, so he sent two. So I just had the first email. So let's look at the first one.
Oh, you emailed Jim Sullivan. Yeah, this one's pretty cool.
I see. I was going to say the reverse.
Yeah, you can see it.
I was
There's
going
one
to say I
picture
could
where
see
you
molecules.
there's one picture where you can see it really good. Right there.
Nice.
Yeah, that is a flake, but it looks like it was smashed off or something.
Yeah, that's retained. That's not a lamination from that coin. That's from another coin.
Yeah, that's a piece of scrap.
Instructor.
Look at the bottom of that eye just for
Man.
giggles on America. That's kind of amusing looking. What year is that?
1959.
Oh, you know what, Jim? That's exactly the same one that Shay was looking at.
Intriguing.
So, yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, I think it's probably that you could see some there. It got pressed into that design.
Well, it's lifted up. You can see it in that one picture. It's actually lifted up a little bit on one edge.
Yeah, that's cool. Struck and scrap is cool. But it's delicate and good you put in a 2x2.
Mm-hmm. It's 1959, so you're going to have the original mix.
$59 mule. I think so.
59 mil. No.
It's out there, I'm telling you. Don't take my dreams.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Thanks for sharing.
Quick.
Here, he did send another one as well, but this time for the obverse. Let me close that.
Jim Sullivan is saying Marini 65 to 45 BC stator.
Hmm?
So that's in reference to that coin.
Oh, that was the same. The picture that you sent us, Jim, is the exact same one that Shay looked in the book. Yeah, it's not a.
I was going to look at it again. Did you look at the one at the?
Well, yeah, it's not a match for the one that for the one we have.
Okay.
Jim Sullivan. Are you talking about that one that he sent us to look at?
Yeah, yeah. It was
No.
that one. That's the one that I think I was looking at. Which
Yeah.
yeah. This other one has like a moon above the horse, and the
Yeah.
horse has grapes in its hair, and a wheel underneath it, and its legs are connected. And,
Yeah, it's different.
yeah.
It's actually struck in something, Seamus. Struck in scrap.
This one's an actual lamination.
But Jim,
But
that
that's
is
like,
that,
yeah.
keep looking in that book and check ancient Greek as well, because I mean, you got a rocking book there, obvious from the pictures. So thank you.
Because you can even see where that matches up to where it's peeled off a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Munchy McMuncherson over there.
Oh, sorry. Well, you know, every once in a while I get a really hard pork rind.
I like the hard. I dig for the hard one. Oh,
destroy those ones.
You know what's so
don't
awesome?
say anything.
You know what's so awesome is that there's a mute button.
Yeah, I just hit it. I thought I had it on.
Abe had a big flake of dandruff there.
Okay, so Seamus is asking an answer to his first coin there. Seamus, that is actually struck through and retained scrap.
Yeah.
It's not a lamination, although it could have been a delamination from another coin, but at the point it ends up in the striking chamber and goes on to another coin, there's really no way to tell what it is, so it's just considered scrap. It's obviously copper, but that is not from the coin it's on now. That came from something else.
Because you can see where it's actually obliterated the little area of the design there.
Cornice.
Mm-hmm. It probably wasn't. It got the appearance of a lamination, so it probably was a little piece of a lamination off of another coin that got stuck to the die, and then the next coin came in and it stuck it into the next coin.
That's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah. And then it stuck. Yeah, struck through scrap.
Here we go.
And retained, yeah. It's not just struck through it, it's retained. Just like you can get like struck through wire, but you can get it where it's retained, struck through retained wire.
I guess saying struck in is like an old school term or something.
It's the same thing. Struck in.
Struck on scrap would mean you just got a little tiny chunk of something that's
The
got
design.
design on it.
Yeah.
That's a totally different animal.
And it's cool.
Okay, I for error coins. Now that I'm done munching. 2009, 1 cent. Proof like WDDR 031. Hello, live coin Q&A. I sent this coin to John Wexford for attribution, and he came back with a letter stating it was in fact a DDR. I believe class 1. When I found it, I knew what it was, so you can imagine my excitement. I look forward to the next show. Thanks for all your personal opinions and feedback. And thank you for being a part of it, I for error coins.
So I had a question about this one. Was this an already existing DDR, or was this a new discovery DDR? I wasn't, the way that email read, I wasn't clear about, I didn't understand if this was an already existing one, or because even in the email, even in the letter from Wexler, it doesn't say it being a new one. I have this one listed as, so it must be an already existing one.
Looks like it. Yeah. Listed with the Wexler number, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he would definitely tell you that it would be a new listing for his files.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's a nice one, actually. That's a really nice one.
Really cool.
That's probably one of the stronger. got to be one of the stronger, if not the strongest, double die reverse for that specific reverse style.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of them, and now we have something to look for.
No, there's a few that have down towards the windows, I think, or whatever they are.
I hate
little
those.
minor ones down. But yeah, that's pretty drastic right there.
Yeah.
I hate those little window ones. I refuse to look for them. They kill my eyes.
Yeah, pennies, quarters. Yeah.
That's
Well,
like
the
the
little ones that Chris's discoveries on the quarters on the windows. Which quarter is that, Chris?
The Harper's Ferry.
Yeah, Harper's Ferry. I look for those.
those are awesome. I love those.
But on this one, it's so tiny. Like,
It's like the log cabin ends on the birthplace.
Yep.
I don't look for those
either.
I gotta look for those either.
Jay Painter can look for them. He can have them.
The bloody thing, the class 9s on the inside of the shields where the lines appear double. Yeah.
Oh, Scott, you have a great night too, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yep. See you, Scott.
Come back again.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
You hear?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
Seamus
nice
had a
one.
discovery too on the Harper's Ferry.
Oh, he's got a. Oh, that's congrats, Seamus.
143.
I gotta.
So yeah,
Fine.
I probably don't know anything about this DDR because I don't look for them. So I would have had I known about this one because this one's actually pretty cool. So I will from now on.
That's why you check them all.
No, I won't. I refuse. You're not the boss of me.
Yeah.
Stan.
Tell that to my paddle.
Spank me.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Call me Sally.
I see I came back at just the right time. Weirdos.
Oh, were you gone?
It only happens when you're around, Sean. I don't know.
You bring that mojo. That thing you do.
A little bit of voyeurism up in the room. What's going on? Up next from Eddie Jams. Just wanted to show off my new hat. New hat lights.
Yeah, baby.
Loving it.
I didn't know we got 2 pictures.
Yeah, baby.
Hey,
Hey, look, there we are.
whoop, whoop. Hey, I know that chick up there. Hey, that's from tonight.
Yo, Eddie, is that a bachelor pad? Because I see some lights in that mirror. I don't know, man. It's either decorated for Christmas or that's a bachelor pad.
I think it's a little
And if so, what the heck?
nice hat, Eddie. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome. Well, hi, Tyler. Long time no see, stranger. Email. Oh, email. That's right. Okay, email. Seamus is dying for me to read his email. I better not fall out of my chair, Seamus. Where is it?
For the love
Did you send it to my email or Q&A email, Seamus?
Yippers and yippers.
Yippers and nippers.
That's Eddie Jam said that. Though.
Yes, it's a bachelor pad, and yes, he's a little freaky dicky. My personal. Okay, well, that's probably why I couldn't find it.
Good stuff.
Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. Oh, that's so fun. I love seeing that. You too could be featured on the live coin Q&A. Just buy a hat and shirt.
Send your pictures
Okay,
too.
where are you? There you are.
From Jim S, 1996 Lincoln Memorial Cent reverse. Hey guys, I'm a little stumped on this one. A 1996 Lincoln Memorial Cent with a raised ledge or ramp nominally to the right, the T in cents. It's similar to a bi-level crack that it is a step up, down, but is not a crack. More of an indent kind of. Would you do thingy?
Oh, would you do thingy?
So a flash wouldn't line up like they're like that unless it was a real offset floater. What do y'all think? Thanks as always. I am tongue-tied tonight, guys. That is my fault.
That wouldn't
a step up down would be a floor, wouldn't it? Step up and then you step down.
Well, if you step up and then step down, you're back where you started. So I don't know.
Pictures, Wanda.
Ooh.
I think I know what that is. Anybody else?
Feed me.
That's a widgety do, and Frank knows what I'm talking about.
It's a widgety do.
It's a would you just
Would you just look at it?
Whoa. Hold on. Let's zoom in on that rim right above the C and the A.
Back up the trolley.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh. What do we have there? Let's take a close look right there, folks.
Looks like somebody chewed on it.
Well, darn it. I was really hoping it could be something really cool. Huh?
I think I might know what you're talking about.
You think I know what you think? You don't know what I'm talking about?
I got a feeling.
I think it's caca.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it was, but it intrigued me for a split second. So, hey, here we go. Folks, in the chat, tell us what we are looking at there below the base of the memorial. Let's see if you guys are learning.
Amber?
Frank
no, you
don't. You can't play, Amber.
It's a
Amber.
She took it away. Hopefully nobody.
That's good.
Well, Amber, you're just too good for this this game show.
Look, I got yelled at last week.
In the corner.
I know, she deleted it. Oh.
Well, folks, Amber.
Wait, Seamus got it right.
Yeah, so that's dye damage from a feeder finger, dye gouge, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool.
Dietitian.
Now, I was looking at that rim above the C and the A, and man, this picture right here, it's still making me double think myself. There have been a few, what are they calling those? Clashes? Or
on the rim?
Yeah, what the heck are they calling them things?
Typical or
Amy Antone found one, right?
Type 2 counterclash, I think.
No, okay, those are the ones that I'm like.
I think it. Hang on. Yeah, I remember. Found it.
Did you find it?
She saw it.
No. Let's see.
And the verdict is?
No, it's not the type 2.
No, it wouldn't be 83 and 85.
You remember what year that was?
It's a mule. It's a mule class. Or no.
Mule class. That's right. Mule class.
Mule class?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because it was supposedly clashed with a.
But you know what?
I think it's on the other side.
It's not on the rim. It's on. It's on the flat
it's on
field.
The, yeah, it's on the field.
Okay. Forget anything I just said.
Yeah, it's on the field, and supposedly it's
that's doo-doo.
Yeah. Supposedly it's. I think what it is it's clashed with a different date. Same denomination, but different date. So the design is different. I think that's what they. I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up. I'm starting rumors again.
I don't know. How could you tell?
I'll find it. I'll put it. I'll put it in chat.
I mean, there's different fonts and stuff, but no. Kinsey wants to get in on the game here.
So let's see. It was on a 1990. I want to say it was on like a 90.
Yeah, Edward. That
I
big
can't
gouge.
wait to get my autographed copy of Strike It Rich with pocket chains.
I'm so mad that he put that up there because I had already ordered 3 copies from the publisher. Oh, there it is. Mule Die Clashes. It's right there in front of my face. What a dork. Okay, so there it is. So you want me to share my screen and show it?
Sure.
Share your screen.
Right there.
Bingo. Yeah, I thought it was on the other side too.
Oh,
Well, technically it can be anywhere, but not on the rim, I guess.
so this says a clash die error occurs when, let's see what it says. However, in 2018, Amy Antoine discovered the first mule clash of the modern era in a pile of cents diverted from pocket change. It appears on the reverse base of this 1999 cent. At some point, the reverse die that struck this cent clashed with another reverse cent die. The clash occurred in an angle, a tilted or vertically misaligned die clash. This left the letters of America arranged just inside the design rim on the left side of the reverse. The dies also clashed twice with slight movement between impacts, leaving all of the incused letters doubled.
Cool.
Yeah, so what threw a lot of people off is that it's a lot of people thought when she posted this that it was a Vice coin because the letters were incuse and backwards.
Yeah, I wouldn't have called it a Vice coin because the raised letters on the coin aren't affected.
See? No, right. But I think that was a lot of what she got.
And they wouldn't be
Oh, yeah.
curved like that.
No
They'd be
doubt.
curved outward too. They wouldn't be curved with the coin.
Let's see what Amber has in store for us down here.
So it's a very cool.
Oh, that.
What? What am I looking at?
Hello.
I'm going to put the link in chat so you guys can read about it yourselves. What's Amber doing?
Oh, I knew I saw this crap before. Yeah, Amber. Thank you, girl.
Oh,
Yeah, check out that link that Amber shared down there. I don't think that's what we're
that's not
seeing.
what that is.
No, but I knew I saw something similar to that, and I just could not.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about when
Not
you
as
saw
crazy
it.
as you thought you were.
Sometimes stuff gets lost in there, and I can't get it out.
That's what when you said that, I thought that's what you were talking about, but I didn't think you were talking about a mule die clash. That's what I thought you were talking about.
That's so
Jim,
cool.
was that Jim's coin that he's? Is that the one that's on Mantic's screen? Is that Jim's coin?
That's the one that we just looked
Sullivan's
at.
coin,
Yeah, that's the one we're looking at.
and that's Jim Sullivan's coin.
Oh, I don't know. Whose coin is that, Shay? Shay's got himself muted. He fell asleep again.
Yes, that's Shib's coin.
Yeah, Jim. What I saw was something going on along the rim, right above the C and the A, and it reminded me of something. I was confusing it with the mule clash. That's why we were talking about that. But then Amber saved the day and showed me what I was thinking of, and it's in her link. If you scroll up in the chat, you'll see it. Rim restricted design duplication. So it's kind of a weird thing, but that's what I thought it was. But I'm pretty sure it's doo-doo.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh, so you thought those might have been some of the design on some of the letters or
Yes.
whatever reproduced in the room. Yeah, cool.
I think it's
Yeah. Let me grab the next one here.
Doo-doo.
We kind of squirrel.
What year was that, by the way, Shay? Okay.
96.
Yeah, Jim. That was just a feeder finger. like die gouge. And go.
From I for error regarding 2009 birth and early childhood Kentucky. It's the reverse of the coin that's in question. A lot of buildup on the devices. My first thought was some form of doubling, but I also think it could be a CUD error, so I'm not sure about this one. Would love to hear what you think. Thanks a bunch. A bunch. I see these are not.
What are we looking at? What about that?
It just appears to be a lot of circulation wear on the high point there. Because that's a pretty good high point on this coin.
Mm-hmm.
And just filled grease or something.
Or something, yeah.
Weird. But I would not. No, I don't see anything looking like a CUD.
Yeah, it looks like
To the left of one, I think, is where the area in question.
I think that's just rub.
I think that's part of the filling, like the rest of it.
Hmm. Yeah, because you can see it like in that one. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see where all of those like higher points are kind of, the color is different because it's been like rubbed. That's what
I've seen those in the obverse where it didn't strike up enough, but I don't think that's the case here.
Let's get in there and have Christopher look and see if there's any doubling on those logs.
I hate you.
Okay, Chris, do your thing.
Chris is more of a triple log kind of guy.
Chris is a freeze in the middle of transmission.
Oh, you guys.
Chris is the type to lick his finger before he changes the page on an iPad.
All right, this is the last coin for tonight.
Good.
Last one of the
Paula, I think it's time for you to read one.
Okay.
a little nippy.
Jim from Jim S. Canadian DD. RPM. Hello, Q&A. I'm grouping these together because my question is as much about where the coin fits into the big picture as with the anomalies they show. I have a 1861 Nova Scotia 1 cent with a nice DDO and an 1852 Bank of Upper Canada half-penny token with what I believe a repunch to in the date. I've noticed many Canadian coins labeled DD are actually often what I would call some degree of MD. Oh boy, we could have a conversation. I know exactly where you're going with this one. MD and not true hub doubling. My 1861, I believe, shows true hub doubling, mostly on the right-hand side. BRITTREGFD, with some nice notching at various places. The 1852 BOUC, Bank of Upper Canada, halfpenny, I believe, has a nice repunch too in the date, correct? Not ADD. Either way, neither seems to be listed any place I can find. So are these just cool whatevers that no one cares about? Are they worth putting out there and to wear? Either way, I thought they were cool. Love the Q&As. Thanks, y'all. Oh, somebody left and came back. Oh.
Cool factor's big, man.
So I'll say something really, really quick because it's about all I know. I don't know nothing about Canadians.
Oh, man, I know it's one of
That
these.
one down there in the corner over there knows a little bit.
It ain't going to be quick.
I've been
Tell you
told.
that. If she's saying something, it ain't going to be quick.
No, it will be quick. I promise because I have to go to the bathroom.
Hold on while I...
The pool boy waits.
So if you guys know Misplaced Youper Girl, she for a long time was doing Canadian coins. She knows a lot about them. And she explained one time, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but I'm going to try to remember how she explained it. So on our dies, the devices on our coins are like this, right? So hang on. Anyway, let me put myself up real quick. Are like this. Okay, on Canadian coins, they're straight into the die. So what you see what I'm saying? So like
our letters are chamfered.
What?
Our letters are chamfered.
Well, whatever. To explain chamfer.
Chamfered is what you're explaining right now. The sides of the letter aren't perpendicular to the surface of coin; they are beveled.
Yeah. But in Canadian coins, into the die, they're more straight like this.
Check the caster, the candor, the toe.
What a lot of people for a long time thought on Canadian coins was MD is actually really doubling. It just looks different than the doubling on our coins. So I remember her talking about that a long time ago, and for some reason that stuck in my head. So I could be way off because I don't know anything about Canadian coinage or their minting process or anything, but I do remember her talking about that. So I'm gonna let Christopher talk about it
now. Yeah, so I think their hubbing process is very similar to ours. So a doubled die is just that, a doubled die.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter the shape of the letters necessarily.
I was talking more of the appearance of it.
What I think the comment Jim said about a lot of their doubling is actually machine doubling. He's right. If you go on Coins in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he froze. He'll come back.
Okay. Yeah. Please continue.
Right. I always thought that too. That's why I think why it stuck in my head, because I've gone on Coins of Canada before and gone, are they seriously calling this a double die? It's completely ND, like every single one of their listings on there. But I just remember her saying something about that. But I think
theoretically, on something like this, where you only have one, like let's say, for instance, one number expected of the 4 in the date, they will call that the recut, okay, which is normally what you would associate with coins from like the 1860s, 1850s, and before that, because they work on each number independently. So if a number is too small or it's off kilter, they'll recut it with their engraving tools. And they did the same in Canadian coinage too, through the Ottawa Mint, Royal Canadian Mint, and all that stuff back in the day. Which is why when you look at some of the coins, especially like the tokens and the Nova Scotias and the Newfoundlands, you find a lot of coins during that era, the mid 1800s, where one letter in Canada would appear doubled or tripled. Is that was just an attempt to recut and reshape that particular device, and it's very commonplace. I mean, you would be hard pressed not to find a Bank of Lower Canada or a Bank of Upper Canada or whatever the difference is token and not find any sort of recut device on there.
So you think this one was recut versus RPD?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if it was a repunch date, you would see more of this similar spread in the other numbers in a date. Mm-hmm. But it also got me thinking also that they punch each number independently into the master die or the working hub or whatever.
Yeah, was it like a 4-digit number hub or a 2-digit or a 1-digit? Or...
Right. Yeah.
That sure sticks out though. I would still hang on to it, like you said, cool factor.
Hell yeah.
Well, these are still collectible. If you look at Colombian coinage, they are rampant with recut dates, and some of them are so extreme, it's crazy. I like it.
Yeah, so some of those South American countries, their methods of mintage are very crude, and they go all the way up into some of the more modern dates.
Yeah, I have quite a few from, I believe, the 60s that are recut.
Yeah, it's the 60s is a big decade for that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
So Brazil has a ton.
Let's take a look.
For it, man.
Hey, Brazil has one where they spelled their own country wrong on the coin. Did you ever see that one?
Is that with an S?
It's BBRAZIL.
Oh, I got one of those.
Oh,
Or BB. I think instead of BR, it was BB. Yeah,
It's
they
a-
literally spelled their own country wrong.
Oh wait, no, nothing like that. Mine's a double die. I think you saw that one. The Brazil one, and they spell it with an S.
I would have to say that's machine doubling.
Yeah, that's nutty too.
On this R?
Yeah, I think it almost looks like a notch because it looks the bottom left is pretty.
That's die doubling. The other stuff looks like MD.
Well, yeah, that stuff over here looks like MD. Over on
Yeah,
the
'cause
right.
I was looking at the dots too.
That's a ginormous notch.
This other stuff on.
Only in Canada, eh?
yeah. See that bottom little serif of the E that goes up into the field there a little bit. Yeah, that little finger right there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's saying F you, Chris. Call me MD again.
it's the social figure. Yes.
Yeah, well, there was a combination of MD and some weird hub doubling mess going on here. I mean,
Big time.
it's early Canadian coinage, which I think a lot of it was produced by the World Mint, not so much the Royal Canadian Mint, but the World Mint, in England. So I don't know, all sorts of weird shenanigans were going on.
Other side of the F too, Shay. Yeah, that's. XMD?
Yeah.
That's the good stuff there. That's the bad stuff.
That top. This looks like it's the top left. This
Looks like one of those
is
climbers.
good.
That we not sure and probably not sure. It's
Are you saying the letter E is giving you the finger? What that looks like? We're playing,
the R's got a dot.
dictionary over here.
Whoops! Hold on. Where's that one? There it is. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, the claw hammer. The claw. Very cool coin.
Yeah, for sure.
Where's the date on that? On the reverse?
No, it's like
Oh,
it's
this,
on
wait,
the
this here.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
that's
is it.
cool.
This is it right here. This is the offers and the reverse.
Okay. Hey, they got 1981 upside down.
So this one here is the small rosebud reverse. So right to the right of Scotia, you got that little rosebud, and there's two different sizes. You have a small and you have a large. The large one actually touches that inner line that goes around the periphery. You can totally tell the difference between the two. The small is the more common reverse type.
Yeah, that is really cool. It's like full, big design.
Yeah.
Correct
Does
for
a good
diagrams.
job of counting, doing stuff like counting the beads and denticles and kind of lining that stuff up and coming up with some interesting variety combinations.
No guff, man. They really did.
I
that's
like
a
this
full
coin
design.
because it reminds me of Oak Island.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Good
Speaking
little
of,
question there under the date. Sorry, Joe.
no, that's great. Yeah, you were talking about Colombia, Chris. I got to show you what I picked up
What?
this week. Look at this.
Oh, over 4.
Oh wow!
7 over. It's a It's a 10 decimos,
Nice.
1877, and they're fairly common, but I just thought that was just sick.
Holy Corona.
That is pretty sick.
Dude,
Yeah.
That's
there's like a 3-year difference. How could they, how could they do that?
Yeah, they pulled that out of the parts bin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they were desperate.
Then we ran out. Go grab some of those 74s we got left over.
We've got
Yeah.
I'll notice.
Enough, ma'am.
Chris is like, oh yeah, that's sick. He's over there dry heaving.
Anyway,
Hey, I have something to admit. I accidentally skipped a coin. That I had needed more information. It got sent. I downloaded the photos, but I didn't have it in my list. So we got one more coin. However, we had a follow-up question from Jim Sullivan, and he wanted to know. So it wasn't that big of a deal that the 61 had the doubling, or is it actually something good, something really good?
For a variety collector, I think it's very good.
I think both of you said it at the same time.
I think he echoed.
Because we are
Go ahead,
symbolic,
Sean.
me and Chris.
Go ahead, Sean. All you, buddy. I'm eating.
Yeah, it's incredibly common. You can even find some examples with what they call around-the-clock doubling, where you actually have doubling on every single device that goes all the way around the coin. Those are pretty monstrous. But yeah, that type of doubling, the long acre style, plus the recuts and the hub doublings, it was pretty common during that time. As a matter of fact, any Victorian age coin, Canadian or British, you see a lot of that stuff. It was just the sign of the times.
And a lot of great cracks and stuff, too.
My granddaughter's having a meltdown. Can you guys hear it?
No, I didn't
I
hear
thought that was the little boy trying to get out of the closet.
No, that was a different noise. That was that.
Don't get me started.
She's found her tood. My granddaughter has officially found her tood.
Oh, buddy. Look out.
Yeah, apparently she was in the bathtub rolling her eyes at her mom. She's only 18 months old. She's like,
your eyes rolling from here.
My daughter-in-law was saying, "No, you can't do that." And Azalea was like,
Whatever.
genetics.
"Oh, I know, right? I think so." It's all
I
things.
hope when you're older, you have a kid just like you.
Oh boy.
Captain Jacob, 1974, D. Kennedy. Not sure which email to send to now, but hopefully I got one of them right. This 1974 D looks like a DDO to me. The only double dial obverse I know of is the double dial 1, which this is not. I can see a very obvious split in the W of we. Let me know what you think.
Another big frequenter of the Romantic Show. So he knows his number ones, I'm sure.
So the number one is very clearly shown on the 4, which this one is not. It does not have the doubling. But there's some other pictures in here. There is a DDO number 2 on Wexler, and I'm having a little trouble with this because I'm not certain that it's not light on that W.
Deterioration?
And deterioration.
Step.
Oh, whoa.
Because I don't see the normal markers for a doubling, but look at the W from here.
Like designer's initials, too. The bottom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is weird. I can see where you'd be stumped, man.
Yeah. Now the second one is got some double, and this unfortunately this is so well circulated that a lot of the stuff is going to be kind of rubbed off. But on number 2, there's a pretty clear dye scratch that comes down here that's not present as a marker. But again,
Somebody took a flyer at that.
Did it.
yeah, somebody really munched it. He wasn't too happy about that. But.
Take a bite out of
Well,
coin.
good news is it's not the 01. So.
It's not a 1.
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure it's not 02. And see how this angle, it just looks.
It slopes too. Yeah.
Now there is something on that U. Look at that.
Okay.
Like a ding.
What about the S?
Well, you see that.
Yeah, definitely see that. And usually see. Oh no,
This
the
is
S looks
twice the height of a
that it should be.
yeah.
And the bottom is twice the thickness it should be.
Now,
with-
is this just considered a later dye state of one of those double dyes?
Well, possibly on number 2. It's I don't think it's number 4 because you have clear. If I can get a picture of it again.
Hey, go back. There's a 5 under the W.
Wait, what?
Probably
Five where?
not.
This one might be no.
There is a 5 under the.
I thought
Who said that?
Eric Warren.
That's Eric. He's trying to crack me.
Oh, man.
1975.
I see it.
There's always one.
This one up here, though.
There's always that one. You start in trouble, Eric.
Yes.
How dare you, sir?
You
Hey,
went
look
there.
at that there. Looks like, speaking of
I want to get up close to that 4.
That's not true.
underneath the W there, looks like a hand.
I know.
Oh,
Blues,
yeah.
it happened without you even being here, Blues. Look at that.
Look at that.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Stop it.
Oh my God. New discovery alert.
Everywhere.
Blues is losing his cookies over there. Yeah.
I would like to go back to an earlier comment by Eric Moritz. So if we look at one of his early comments, he said smoke break.
Look at the D.
Then
Yeah.
a little bit later
And that
on, he
happens.
says, "Oh my God, I snoozed and then woke up to Chris's face frozen and staring at me." That was scary. I dozed and woke to Chris frozen staring at me. I don't know what you're smoking on those smoke breaks, dude, but you might want to go with Winston. There's
Don't
no
feel
additives
bad,
in
Eric. That happens to me all the time.
More burn.
So I'm not sure, Captain Big. I mean, it looks like there's some doubling there. It's just
So hard with the.
none of the markers match up to WDDO 002. So yeah, man, I'd love to get this coin in hand. If I could,
Well,
go ahead.
here's my question to you. If this was your coin, would you save it or spend it?
Save it.
And would you mark it as a double die?
I would be comparing it to all the other 74s that I ever look at in a box.
Okay. Let's pretend you're normal for a second.
Wait. What?
Let's pretend you're the average. You're the average.
Well, I want to kick myself because I always I go from 4 to trust, and I go pretty fast over to God. And I kind of skip over the we because of the known double dies are, and I haven't caught one like this before. So, but even if I looked at 1 million of these, I might not catch it. So,
That's a good idea.
There's so many made.
So you're telling him to just put it in a flip with a question mark.
Yeah. And I'm going to be looking for one like it. If you want to send it to me, I would love to photograph it and send it back and take a look at it a little bit closer.
And anytime he's looking at 74Ds, have that one there.
Yeah, I'll be looking for this one for sure.
Hey, Mad Decker, what's happening? What's happening?
You're just in time.
I ho would. He'd say, I'd send it to the big show. He would. I ho sends things. I get packages like on a daily basis from Hi-Ho.
Awesome.
It is awesome. So I wanted to tell everybody that Shay has written a fantastic blog on our website. So if you would like to go read on our livecoinqa.com and go to Shay's blog. It's called, what's it called, Shay? Searching for Varieties, or
something about Freud and ego, I think. I don't know.
Well, that's not the title. That's the content.
Sometimes a cigar.
But it's very informative. So Shay wrote it from his perspective. The beginning of it is how he searches for varieties and such, what his process is, and then at the end, the last couple paragraphs of it give you a good idea of what we as the panel go through with. It uses one example of one story of something that we've encountered, but it actually happens more often than that. So it kind of gives you an idea of what we face sometimes doing this show. Gives you a bit of a perspective, but it really is a fantastic article to read.
Thank you, Paula. It's called Spending Variety Identification Time Wisely. So I have to ask you guys, how do you spend your time when it comes to identifying coins and varieties and what you have?
Yeah, so get on over there and give it a read. It will also, if you encounter something in another stream, somebody saying something, it might give you a little bit more perspective also. But it really is fantastic. And I want to personally thank Shay for writing that up, because that was amazing. It's a great read. I mean, we have other blog posts on there also. Jeff Stanley wrote an amazing one on there. So we're gonna, we'll be adding to it as we go along. I'm pretty lazy.
I kind of take a left turn in this one, but you gotta read past the first half, and once you get there. But it's what we encounter every day, so
yeah.
It's real life for us.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to stretch myself with my first one. I didn't want to write about nickels. I'm tired. I didn't want to. I've done it a lot.
Nickels have their place. There's an attachment for you behind that coin one. Prepare. Okay, Wanda, I will prepare myself. Oh, Amber, thank you so much. We love having you here all the time. Someday maybe you'll be up on the panel with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amber and Cindelicious and Empyrean and Blues. We thank you guys for moderating for us.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Everybody for showing up. Remember that on our website, you also can purchase these fantastic shirts and hats that all the proceeds towards that go back into our channel.
Keeping the lights on.
Yep, keeping the lights on. You guys are amazing. We love having you here every week. Don't forget that, let's see what's going on this week.
Thanks.
So Sunday. Remember, we all have our individual channels. And everybody in chat.
It's Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving is Thursday.
Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you have the warmest Thanksgiving. Get to be with your family somehow, even if over video or something.
Right.
That's right. Hug your loved ones. Give them a big kiss. Don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah.
This country, we will get through it. We're a strong nation. So
Absolutely.
So we'll get through this. Yeah, everybody, thanks so much for coming. We appreciate every single one of you. And
Absolutely.
And we truly do get joy out of these finds that you guys have, and hope that we're helping you along this journey.
They help us
we're
too.
not stealing your attributions, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, you know.
No, that's not our style.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think I've told you guys before, and I told my panel family members that I think I get more excited about your guys' finds than I do my own. So.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all take care. Have a great night. See you soon.
Check
everybody.
out Sean's holiday giveaway. Go check out his
Yeah.
comment on the holiday giveaway. Get over there and do it.
It's going to be K Bueno. Be there or be square.
Right, the 15th. So get over there and comment before that on his video. So
Or else.
right, awesome.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Stay groovy.